What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Eli. I'm in the car with my boy Alex.
What's going on, YouTube?
And when Alex and I are together, you know that generally means we're going to make some poor decisions. Today, we're chasing down a Facebook Marketplace find. Alex and I have been hunting for how many weeks now?
Probably a better part of 12.
We've been looking for a while for a car. For me is like a third car. If you missed the last video, or maybe it wasn't the last video, at some point I made a video talking about third car for me, which is something I want, something I need, so I don't have to daily the B5 for the winter. Today we're gonna go potentially find a candidate. Alex and I showed up, and the guy never showed up. We sat there for 45 minutes. He messaged me the next morning. I got in a car accident, so I gave up, blocked him. Alex, on the other hand, didn't block him. Wait, Alex doesn't quit. So Alex messaged this dude and was just super firm about being $200 lower than my offer. And well, we're on our way to either get stood up again or buy a car. I got the cash. Hopefully the guy brings the title. We'll see what happens.
We did a thing.
We did a thing. The guy tried to charge us an extra $50 for a tank of gas. Alex goes, I'm not doing that. I'm leaving with the cash. The guy, he ended up taking the deal. So now we just got to drive it back to Mike's, and then we'll do our first post-purchase inspection. Man, I'm an Allroad owner. I bought a wagon. Get the car back, and Mike's already taking it apart. He took my weather strip right off. Look at the start button. Yeah, and look at the cup holders. Sick. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here she is. 2013 Audi Allroad in white with the gangster black. I hope this is Plasti Dip. Is it Plasti Dip? No, it's paint. Like really janky paint. Nice. With the black wheels, the non-body color flares, which we'll talk about in a second. On the interior we have the black seats, which unfortunately means a gray headliner. I don't know why Audi did that, who they did that, why they did it, but the highlight of my new purchase, check that out. And I'm pretty sure this is super glued on, so I don't think we're getting it off. And it's got the bedazzled. If we get this going, the car has 253,000 miles on it, which is absolutely insane. And let me tell you, buying this car was a hassle. As I mentioned, Alex and I got stood up once trying to buy the car. The guy gave us an address and never showed up. Ultimately, we set up another meetup. We got together. The guy wanted to charge an extra $50 for a tank of gas that he put in there. Alex and I told him we weren't paying that. And then he ended up giving us one of the two keys. And then saying later, when Alex messaged him to connect about the second key, he said, yeah, I'll sell you the second key for $80. So this was an interesting purchase, but the car itself seems fairly healthy. The most important thing for us to knock out right now is this. These things, these fenders that aren't body color, I mean, some people like the look. I personally am not a fan of the way that looks. So luckily, we're at my homie Mike's body shop, and today we're gonna start the Allroad experience by taking the fender flares off, the side skirts off, and painting them body color, which I cannot wait to see. If you're like me, you're probably pretty curious how many stored codes a 253,000 mile 2-liter turbo Audi Allroad has, and that's why I'm excited to say that the sponsor of today's video is OBD11. What OBD11 is a Bluetooth dongle that connects to your car. Now they support VW and Audi, as we know from previous integrations, but they've also added BMW, they've also added Mini, Toyota, and Lexus. You can go in and use OBD11 to code specific things on your car and add different things. For example, you could turn on Euro lights or Euro turn signals, or in this car you can get rid of these awful orange side marker lights. And it's all done via a super convenient app on your phone. This is one of the best tools that you can bring with you to buy a car. And it's worth noting that OBD11 is going to give you guys a 10% discount if you go to their website and check out with the coupon code IgnitionTube. So the first step is to plug the car in. It's gonna go through read control units. As I suspected, the battery voltage is actually kind of low, but we're just gonna go ahead and click tap to scan, and it's gonna start scanning through here. We already have 12 faults found. That is wonderful. 31 faults, 15 modules in. While we're still scanning the car, you can see that OBD11 goes way deeper than just checking for check engine lights. These cars have a wealth of knowledge stored inside of them. The car will communicate to you. For example, we scanned my buddy Alex's car and we found out that the right rear door speaker was out. All right, 24 modules scanned, 41 faults found. Not as bad as I was expecting, if I'm honest. Exploring the Allroad, Mike has found, what would you call that, a minor leak?
Yeah, some popcorn welds and a minor
leak going on right there.
I'm 10 minutes into my install and I have to get the blast fan working. All right, look what was in my side skirt. You see them? There's a whole colony of ants inside the dirt in the side skirt. Look at that. No ants on this one. All right, here she is at the end of day one. No front bumper. No fender stuff, no side skirts, no rear bumper, no lights. Tomorrow we come back and we get rid of all of this. All right, day number 3. Yesterday I spent the entire day with the adhesive remover wheel and taking stuff apart. So we have this bottom section of the bumper, the flares we sanded yesterday. I've started sanding that. We found 2 big cracks. One, there's that. And then this one was visible from the outside. There it is. My friend Mike owns a whole shop. He's here on a Saturday just for me. But just to show you the caliber of car in here, that's a 44-mile S5, E30 M3. We got some aluminum work that no one else does on the beds of these, and then casual. All right, here's something I didn't film. We had a nice square sticker on the back bumper. Pulled it off, and there's a massive indent in the bumper. So Mike is making that go away. And then this is all getting painted white. I don't know if I've said that already. All of this is getting painted body color. That lower part of the bumper, the upper part, so that it matches the car. All right, here's the big crack. Soon to not be a big crack, hopefully.
You can see we're using this steel beam right here
Oh yeah,
to help support the flimsy bumper plastic.
only the best.
And then we're gonna kind of over pour this on here to create like a bridge of plastic, basically.
Okay.
And then we're gonna clamp it.
And again, because you don't see this,
Right.
it doesn't really matter how it looks, it matters how it holds.
Yep. I mean, we're gonna brush it on so it looks smooth. But again, this is more structural repair than
Like actual body work.
actual body work.
Yeah. Mike found a little bit of Bondo here, which means it's been repaired before, but he's not super concerned about it. Fun stuff, man. Not that I didn't already know how difficult this is, but newfound respect, man. It's a lot of work. So we're doing 2K primer with a little bit of Flex additive in it, I guess. All right, it's starting to come together. It doesn't look like a complete disaster anymore. This is the end of technically day 3. We got everything apart. Everything is ready to go back together. Mike is gonna have his guys paint this while I'm not here. That's not right. It's not right. I channeled my anger. I put the front bumper back together. All right, my camera died, but I got the front bumper on. Channeled my anger. This is sick. It looks so much better from the front than that awful gray plastic. All right, huge shout out to the homies at Mike's Autobody. Mike, my good friend, as well as all the guys that work there for getting the Allroad done. Here she is fully back together. Fender flares are color matched. The side skirts are color matched. We did decide, oh, the light's on low battery. It was just excited. We did decide to color match the aluminum strip that usually goes down the side of this. I haven't seen another Allroad owner do that, but I'm really happy with the look. I don't mind the aluminum strip because it kind of ties in to window trim, but without it, I mean, it's just so clean. And then you come to the back of the car. The back bumper was obviously destroyed before. This just looks so much better. So about the car. 253,000 miles is nothing to scoff at. And as you guys know, the 2-liter turbo is very problematic, we'll say. If you guys also remember, a couple videos ago, I drove my good friend Matt Jackson's 3-liter swapped A4 Avant, and well, he's given me some ideas. So the reason I bought an Allroad with this many miles is because I am not planning on keeping the motor, the subframes, the suspension components, anything like that in the car. This car will serve as my daily for a hot second while we take the motor out of the B5 and do the clutch and the motor mounts, etc. And then this thing is coming right back in here and going under the knife once we find a donor car. The goal of this is to relive my S4 days. If you guys don't know, I had a 2013 Audi S4 that I loved. This is a 2013 Allroad, and well, we're gonna be making it into the ultimate wagon. I couldn't be more excited about this project, if I'm honest. If you guys don't know the channel, I am also in significantly over my head, so I'm gonna need huge help from my homie Matt. I'm gonna need help from the homies at Integrated Engineering. I'm gonna need help from pretty much all the companies that I've ever worked with to make this a thing. But I could not be more excited about the idea of a 3.0T swapped Allroad. Now the question is, do we do a ZF, do we do a DSG, or do we do a 6-speed manual? You guys let me know what we should do with this car. I'm sure you want to know about the condition of it. We did scan the car earlier and found, well, a couple fault codes. The codes were really just from me having stuff disconnected, and I'm not super worried about that. So if I was going to drive this car another 20,000 miles, I probably should get the timing chain service. Luckily, not planning on doing that. The interior is actually surprisingly clean. As you guys saw, we have the bedazzled start button. I'm definitely keeping that. The trim has a couple cracks in it, but the car has navigation, which is a big one for me, so the funky buttons aren't up here, they're down there. And it has the Bang & Olufsen, which, if you don't remember, my S4 had. My goal with this car is to make this the best build that I've ever done. And I think right now, what holds that crown right now is my C-Pang Blue B8.5 SQ5 that I did freaking everything to. We're gonna take it one step further. We're talking interior swaps on this car. We're gonna do giant brakes, as we always do. Obviously, I'd like to do the 3-liter swap. Hopefully that materializes. And I really wanna make this car something special. It already is super, super clean on the outside. What you can expect next is motor out of the B5 while I hunt for a parts car. I'm gonna daily this. We're gonna do some basic mods to this to make it not look so boring. Stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to follow along on Instagram. I'll be posting a ton of content there as well. Thank you guys for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. So engine, we have 12 faults. Let's see what the 12 engine faults are. Please don't be bad. Function limitation, diagnosis, system 2 lean off idle, cold start fuel pressure, catalyst, knock sensor, random multiple cylinder misfire. Wonderful. System 2 rich. Guess what? 12 faults, clear those. We'll see if some of them come back. Faults. What is a transmission fault? I would imagine it's lost communication. No faults. The faults are gone on the transmission. Wonderful. Maybe that was an engine related one. Brakes. Stabilization control fault. Wonderful. Left rear ABS wheel speed sensor. Oh boy, that's expensive. Electronic parking brake control module. Left rear ABS wheel speed sensor. Tire pressure warning. Okay, let's see if we clear this. Will the wheel speed sensor come back? Faults? Currently there are no faults. Okay, so that should get rid of our stability control issue. Keyless system. What faults do we have here? Right rear exterior door handle touch sensor. Well, none of my door handle touch sensors work. So is it that the right rear is stuck? Locking requirements for steering column lock not met. Yeah, I noticed that. Central electronics, what do we got? Faults. I would imagine this is a headlight code. Yep, rear park assist, brake control module, right low beam, right LED, because I had the headlight out on the right front. Okay. Wiper control module, mechanical malfunction. Interesting. Well, the rear wiper is messed up, so that makes sense. For the steering column. Brake control module. So that's just something not communicating. Please read DTC in the brake control module, which we already cleared. What's next? Gateway. Gateway's a fun one. Energy management active? I don't know what that means, but it's going away. Faults. That did not go away. Energy management active. We'll leave that. Steering assistance. I don't think this car even has steering assistance. What faults do we have there? Function limitation due to, okay, that's just some typical Audi stuff. But see what I'm saying? Like, there's codes like that where if you were negotiating on a car and let's say the guy was $200 higher, you could say, hey man, look at this code. It might mean something else. Would you go down to $200 and I won't bother you about it? There's codes that the cars literally hide that you can use to negotiate the value of the car down. And OBD11 allows you to do that. Gateway we already read. Comfort system. 8 faults. Holy cow. Right tail light, left tail light. Well, all of this is out because I had no bulbs in there, or I had no brake lights in there, so that makes sense. That's cleared. Parking brake. The parking brake was freaking out. I don't know what the fault is here. Function limitation due to received malfunction value. That just sounds about right for Audi stuff.